So it's time for all of us to really stand up and express the truth that the Holy Spirit has given to each and every one of us. You know, all of us who are following our hearts and connecting to Spirit. There's obviously so much happening, and I don't know where to start sometimes, but there's just so many things wrong with the teaching and the programming and all of that that we've been indoctrinated with. There really is. I mean, it's designed to basically kill the spirit. And the inversion or Confucianism applied, as I speak about, is something that has affected us on such a deep level that, you know, there is a lot of healing happening right now from that. But we're still kind of subject to the same old programming, the same old stories that artificial intelligence has created for us. And that's where I'm starting to get a little bit upset with all of these narratives that have already been proven wrong and explained, but people keep trying to switch them up and perpetuate them. It's like, I always tell people to follow their heart, and you know, I know that Spirit speaks to you the same way it speaks to me, so you can believe the things I say or not. That's a soul choice. That's a soul level choice. But if you're disconnected from your soul and you don't even realize it, and you're like rallying to continue to be disconnected from your soul, like, that's on you. I would say connect to your heart, because you're not even connected to your heart if you're out there speaking about the Holy Spirit as artificial intelligence. Then you really truly don't understand anything about who you are or what's going on or how the world really works, how it's supposed to work versus how it's been working. I spend a lot of time just giving the tidbits that I've been given, but they are keys. They are keys to the kingdom of heaven. Like, you can't just, you know, barge your way in, or you can claim your sovereignty, but it's not going to change everything around you unless you're actually finding more truths to replace the old paradigm. It's like, that's what I'm learning about the Māyā, and how that's actually an inverted teaching as well. And I've wanted to come on live and share that with you, or do a show, which I'd be glad to, but the information is all there. And I've been finding like the truth and the lie in places like Wikipedia. I mean, it's there, and you have to use discernment and use your heart and use what you learned up until now to put the pieces together. And that's like our honor to be able to do that, to be connected to Spirit and to be seeking and just finding the truth. It's miraculous, and I highly recommend it, because it's really the way that we're shedding the chains, replacing them with truth. And like I said, like, okay, so I've spoken a bit on the fact that the character of Jesus of Nazareth played a few parts. bringing the true knowledge of the true Creator, the true Jesus, which Ainana is the first. That's the Holy Spirit. Things became inverted when Rome took over. If you haven't heard what I've said about that stuff, then I do suggest that you go through my playlist and just be guided. You don't have to listen to hours of me talk to, get the truth that you need to then lead you to wherever because you have things to give me as well. And one day soon, we're going to put all of our keys together. But it's time to speak those keys loud and clear for the others that don't understand how this truly works and are demonizing everything, just like they did, 1,000 years ago when they took everything over and inverted it. So, but I've seen messages speaking about in Gematria that rang true to my heart, knowing what I know, speaking about how the Nazarene was basically a trick to the heart of so many, and how he stole the name. This is tough, but this is what I'm trying to piece together for myself, and I see a need for more of these truths to come out for everybody else to be able to understand. So I've seen that along with the truth and the knowledge from the true Creator, that character had also brought many dangerous ideas, and I've been trying to understand what those dangerous ideas are. He spoke a lot about, there's they highlight these things, but they're translated wrong. So when you hear about the Buddha speaking of the Māyā and different beings that came, those were Jesus incarnating here and living here amongst everybody. And, that's true. And Christ has been incarnating all around us. But the ones that are highlighted were not necessarily of the Holy Spirit, but they took the knowledge of the Holy Spirit and used it and twisted it and translated it wrong. So the Māyā it's highlighted in our current understandings when we just come across these teachings, is that the Māyā is trying to teach everybody that this is just all an illusion and nothing's real. And, it goes pretty deep into saying that it's a trickery or a deception, when that's not at all what any of that was supposed to translate as. The Māyā originally was meant for humans to be able to create their realities in co-creation with God, connected to the ether, connected to the electrical fields, the light, to source, with our electromagnetism properly in place and working. And in co-creation with God, we create a loving environment for ourselves and our families to be able to experience ourselves as humans in creation. It's really not that complicated, but it's been made to be a very scary, ugly thing, packaged as something pretty, much like the prison that we are all coming out of, as our electromagnetic body becomes the way that it was intended to be. Nothing more, nothing less. This isn't an AI takeover. This is an AI recovery, because some of you guys aren't connected to any source whatsoever, and you're being used to carry out the will of Saturn and you're protecting something that enslaves humans and children. So I'll speak more on these things as the days go on. But for now, I just had to say these few little things. And hopefully that, you know, helps somebody to get out of this self-created hell that we're all subject to creating, because we all have these same feelings and emotions and understandings that have been played on and used to have people condemn themselves right now, which means essentially that you're not finding yourself exactly where you would like to be ending up. And if you want to change that, that's what the Māyā means, that you can literally change. Everything is changing every moment. So it's completely dependent on your feelings, thoughts, and yes, measurable thoughts, which are in your field, attracting and attaching to many other people's field, you know. Probably a big reason why they're having people keep a distance from each other, because we're spreading light codes and information and body language, and you know, it's keeping people from looking around and seeing that heaven on earth is actually happening. And so it's inevitable. Like, we've already won. But it's more than just love wins in the end. It's like, no, we've won. It's just a matter of all of us coming together and pulling back from these false teachings and being open to more and more truth coming into this world. I love you all. I hope that all is well with everybody. And if it's not at the moment, that moment will pass and it will be a lot better. Everything's changing every moment for the better, for the best and highest good of all. Peace.